Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Davey Dangerously coming at you once again, as always, with my brothers. Dan, I know it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Continue. With my brothers, Dan the V Salazar and Rated R Salazar, the Brothers of Destruction. Welcome to episode 34. It's been a while.
Man.
34. That's crazy. It's been a while. This man
became
some
dad.
I took a little bit of leave of absence, but I'm back.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kennedy is here. She's awesome.
My new little gorgeous little girl, Kennedy Rose Salazar, and you know where Kennedy came from, right?
Mr.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon, baby. That's right. That's
the
right.
microphone.
So welcome, little Kennedy.
No, she's awesome.
Thank you.
She'll be on the show soon with little Zach here. They are the world's cutest tag team 2.0.
2.0.
So this is our end of the year show. We count
Second annual
end of the year. Look at this guy.
Man.
We are going to do our end of the year countdown. Let me just name off what we're going to be counting down. The male superstar of the year, the female superstar of the year, the match of the year, the promotion of the year, the tag team of the year, and the moment of the year. A lot of stuff happened in 2016.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
This is all just our opinion.
Yeah, this is our opinion. We're nobodies. We're each going to go down the line.
So I have a question. Since WrestleMania this year, the Divas are no longer called the Divas.
Right.
They're called Superstars.
Right.
Because they want to be integrated along with all the other superstars, right? So, do we do a male superstar / female superstar of the year? Or do we do superstar of the year?
Oh. No, let's do female.
Fuck, we're switching it up on us.
We made lists.
We made lists, brother. So
you just made the list.
You just made the list. No, you know what happens when you integrate? You just made the list. Wow.
Oh, man.
Next year.
Third
annual. We'll do
when the women headline WrestleMania, we'll do
our third annual countdown next year with episode 36.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on there. We're not going to go that far.
No, we're not.
So we're going to go balls to the wall, and we're going to go male superstar of the year.
Woo! Starting off with the big
starting
right off with the bang.
I think we'll go last year. I'll go Rated R, and then you last.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, that's how we did it last year. I think
is that how we did it last year?
Did you do it last year?
I thought we were going to start here and go that way. Whoa. But no, you go ahead.
Let's go reverse Oreo on this time. So let's go. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. Male superstar of the year. So I'm going to go first.
Wait. We're doing our top 3, right?
Top 3.
Third runner-up, second runner-up, and
number 1.
Okay, you go.
All right, number 3, Samoa Joe.
Very good.
It has been a crazy time in the WWE. I never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever see Samoa Joe under the WWE umbrella. 2-time NXT World Champion.
I was going to say, and already 2-time NXT Champion.
Amazing. His matches with Finn Balor, with Shinsuke Nakamura. Amazing.
I think 2017 is going to be a big year for him, too, coming up to the main roster.
Oh, yeah. So let's just move right along. Number 2, Chris Jericho.
What a year.
What a year for Chris Jericho. Oh, my God. He started off tag teaming with AJ Styles.
Y2AJ?
Y2AJ, that lasted a whole week.
That was a waste of a shirt.
I almost bought a shirt.
Whoever bought that shirt, save it. Did the heel turn and has not looked back since.
He's probably the best he's ever been.
He had a great match at WrestleMania versus AJ Styles. He went over, which was surprising. A lot of people were upset about that. But look at the year AJ had. Yeah. So who cares about that loss at WrestleMania? He'll be around for years to come.
He'll bounce back.
Oh,
he's young.
So and then his whole thing with Kevin Owens.
Yes, the best friends.
The best friends.
Nice shirt.
Well, this guy got me this shirt for Christmas.
Thank
you very much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa. We don't
Happy New Year. Depends when you're watching this.
Yeah. Depends when we post it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's the 2017 welcome show. So Chris Jericho, number 2, and number 1, male superstar of the year. Delete.
Damn it! See?
No one has had the year that Broken Matt Hardy has had.
Yeah.
Wow, this man has reinvented himself, his character, like no one in the history of the business, in my opinion. Unless, you know, Tony Atlas and
Sabo Simba.
But
I was gonna say Hulk in Hollywood.
no. No one has had the impact that he has had. His broken Matt Hardy character is amazing.
It's
Final
broken
deletion.
brilliance.
It's broken brilliance.
Broken brilliance.
Final deletion. Delete or decay. Tag team apocalypto. Oh my goodness.
I like how you said that little apocalypto. Yeah,
That's how you gotta say it, you know. Total non-stop deletion. So Matt Hardy, hands down, he's wrestled all over the world. He even came up close to us, All Pro Wrestling. Had an amazing match against JR Kratos. Book this man. He is brilliant. I can't say enough. I'm so proud of Matt Hardy.
Do you think Triple H will have the balls to bring him to WWE?
Money. You bring him anywhere, they're gonna be deleters everywhere.
Can you imagine, like
that character?
No, last year,
Oh.
if we would have said, Dave, I bet your superstar of the year, or your male superstar of the year for 2016 is going to be Matt Hardy.
I would say you're a fool. Right? I mean, last year he won the world title, and just as soon as he won it, he gave it up, and that's kind of where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
He lost it. He broke.
He broke.
He broke.
And King Maxwell made his debut.
His first win in TNA in his professional history. He beat Rockstar Spud.
Amazing match.
Great.
It was a
barn burner.
It was a barn burner. So I don't know if anybody could top the year that Broken Matt Hardy had. Just my opinion.
Good choices.
Good choice. Fantastic choices. And I agree with two of those choices.
Uh-oh.
My number 3 pick was Samoa Joe. Great, phenomenal year. He is the first 2-time NXT champion. Something Sami Zayn wanted to do, something
and Balor wanted to do.
Balor wanted to do, and they couldn't do it, and we got a TNA homegrown star, first 2-time NXT champion right there, and that says a lot. That says a lot.
And Samoa Joe is the only. Well, Shinsuke won it back, but Samoa Joe was the first.
Samoa Joe was the first, and I almost got Shinsuke Nakamura because of, I'm a huge fan of his, but Samoa Joe did it first, and I mean he did a great job with it. Very impressed by him. My number 2 pick is going to be a little controversial because to me, he's a superstar of the year candidate because even though he hasn't been in the ring, he's been working behind the scenes and is kicking ass. He's getting all these guys in. We've got the UK tournament coming up. We've got all this. I think Triple H is working his ass off in the business.
Jeez.
And he's, like I said, he hasn't been on screen. Too much wrestling wise.
Oh, he was the WWE champion this year.
Actually, he was. January, he was. See, he counted. He made it. But
he made the cut.
He made the cut.
Rumble, defended it at Mania.
Yeah.
Or lost it at Mania, but.
And I think that he's been doing a fantastic job bringing in on these guys. And like you said, I mean, my number 1 pick, Matt Hardy.
Delete.
Brilliant. Brilliance. There's really not much I can say about it that David Gentry hasn't said already. He's had a phenomenal year, and for him to say that line on TV where him and Hurricane Helms got rid of the other 2 guys, and he says, the man of 3 H's, it would be proud of us because we're burying new talent. He's got the shovel in his hand. How fucking brilliant is that? It's when I marked out. I'm watching this because my daughter and I are awake at 3 in the morning, and I'm like literally my eyes are shut. But I'm watching this. And I marked out. I think I woke her up. I laughed because it was great. It was a great moment in TV history, and it was a great moment in wrestling history. Oh yeah. Because I mean, everyone knows it. Who's gonna say it? And Matt Hardy says it on TV. So I mean, there we go. Samoa Joe, Triple H, and Broken Matt Hardy.
What a list.
What a list.
Got me with that Triple H.
I like to keep it fresh every now and again. A surprise. Throw a few surprises.
So surprisingly, all 3 guys on my list are none of your guys' guys.
Wow. Your guys must suck because
I was ready to do the delete right
What
here.
was your number 2?
Chris Jericho.
Okay, then none of my guys are your guys. So my number 3 guy started off the year in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Is ending the year as the NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. What a year for that dude. I mean, to have Wrestle Kingdom 10, I know he wrestled once or twice more after that and lost the title, but for it to be his go-away show for New Japan and for him to debut the way he did at NXT Dallas. Oh my God, the entrance music, the entrance. I mean, you guys all know how much flair and style he has. That entrance literally gave me chills.
Still.
I mean, still, just that. I mean, his music is awesome every time he comes out. All that, but that
first screech.
But that first time ever seen
I don't even know how to do it.
Where we all knew Nakamura was coming, but nobody knew if it was going to be the Nakamura we knew and loved. And for them to keep his character, let him keep who he is 100%. And he already had a fucking fantastic entrance theme song in New Japan. And they're like, and then they go and they make this, and it was even better, surprisingly.
See, I was afraid of that too when he was when I first heard about him coming. I was like, oh.
And then he puts on
how are they gonna water him down?
Fucking brilliant main event worthy match.
Him and Sami Zayn fucking stole the show.
Well, that's where we got this. This isn't Nakamura and Zayn. It's Owens and Zayn, but that's where we got the "Fight Forever" chant from the NXT Dallas crowd. And
that other chant, both these guys.
Yeah.
You know, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And then he won the title from Balor. No, I'm sorry, from Samoa Joe. Lost the title, won it back. So he's, like we said, he's the second two-time champion. But fantastic year. Couldn't be better, and I think he's going to go to the main roster pretty soon too. Which
I hope not.
I know. I think I would love to see him on SmackDown actually. So
that's the fighting brand.
Yeah, moving on to my number 2 is this guy right here, Kevin Owens. Wait, this guy right here. This guy. I'm
the other lefty.
Not this guy. This guy. Kevin Owens. You guys know how much I love Owens. Kevin Owens is my man. He is the longest reigning Universal Champion in the whole universe.
Okay, let me interrupt you real quick. What do you think about that incident with the kid?
Oh,
brilliant.
Yeah, he's...
Fuck that mom trying to get free shit.
That's what it was. That's all
it's a heel. He's a heel.
He was doing his job. I mean, if he went over the top, he would have been disciplined for it. He wasn't. He did what he's supposed to do.
Even Biggie got talked to about that Charlotte joke.
Yeah, he did it. He's doing what he's supposed to. You know, he's getting people to hate him. But I can just never hate Kevin Owens, man. He's my dude. I love that guy. He's been tearing it up in the ring. I know it's been kind of a weird title reign for him. He hasn't got a lot of clean wins, which is kind of whatever. But
look at Ric Flair.
But yeah, exactly.
He's the cowardly heel who does whatever he can do to keep that title.
So it's I don't feel like they're pushing it strong, but I have a feeling, and I hope it happens. Is I really think that he's going to keep the title going into WrestleMania. So, yeah, I would love to see him defend it at Mania. Possibly against returning Finn Balor. So
the big breakup of Jericho and Owens at Mania.
Yeah, could happen. That could happen too. So
the list versus the belt.
Ooh. On a poll.
You just made the list.
Damn it again.
It's twice.
So yeah, Kevin Owens is my number 2 and my number 1 pick. Also starting the year in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I know what you're gonna say.
Now he's the WWE champion, Mr. AJ Styles. Man, what a year for that dude. From
New Japan creates champions.
From his fucking epic match with Nakamura, and I'm spoiling my later picks, but to making his debut at the Rumble.
Oh man, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, my son was born this year, as many of you know, and he was born I think it was like 4 days before the Rumble. We brought him home like that night before the Rumble, so we were home, we were exhausted, and I was falling asleep, but I'm like, I can't not watch the Rumble, you know, so I'm watching the Rumble with my new baby in my arms. We're only home for like 1 or 2 days, and all of a sudden AJ Styles comes out, and I'm like,
did you drop him?
I'm ready to scream, like, oh my God, Zach. And it was funny, because I always tell people my son Zach already has a favorite wrestler, and that's AJ Styles, because he was asleep the whole show, the whole Rumble we were watching. And as soon as AJ came out, he popped his little eye open and started looking at the TV.
Well, yeah, you're woke as hell.
Right? You're really screaming and yelling like a schoolgirl.
Because he's my son's favorite wrestler, because he had a hell of a year, beat Dean Ambrose, beat John Cena, formed a club, you know, turned his back on John Cena. That was awesome when he turned heel on Cena.
Man. Yeah.
That beatdown.
Yeah, that beatdown. It's got a trending hashtag.
Right.
Worldwide.
Beat up John Cena.
Beat up John Cena. And just proved why he's, no pun intended, phenomenal. You know, like he's had a phenomenal year, and he's ending it as champion, as well deserved. And he's even making a good storyline out of James Ellsworth.
Right?
So.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, and we almost saw his butt crack. So,
Dude.
So AJ Styles, number one, superstar, male superstar of the year.
All right. Whew, that was good. Now let's move on to the women. The female wrestler of the year. Such a great year for women. Superstar of the year. I'm sorry. Such a great year for the women. It started off as divas. That's no more. They are considered equals. They're main eventing pay-per-views. They were on the marquee at WrestleMania.
Breaking records.
Breaking records. Oh man, it's been a great year. So let's start 3, 2, 1 for me. Number 3, Becky Lynch. She's had a great year.
She has. She's
awesome.
Progressed so much this
tenfold.
year. Yeah. Starting off the year as being basically a manager. I mean,
Yep.
she was wrestling a few times, but being the manager for Blake and Murphy. And now look where she is.
Becky Lynch. That's Alexa Bliss.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were talking about Alexa Bliss. I had Alexa Bliss in my brain, that's why.
What are you?
Ryan, what's in your brain? You're a father.
Becky Lynch. Wow.
Can we cut? Start over. Jeez.
All right.
No two takes on this.
No 2 takes. We know what this guy's thinking of.
Right.
Becky Lynch, redhead.
I know who Becky Lynch is.
No one understands what she says. There we go.
Grew up on a potato farm.
A potato farm. No.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, wow.
I'm embarrassed.
Blake and Murphy.
When she broke away from Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, when she broke.
She got hot on SmackDown.
She was the manager?
Oh, who the fuck did she manage?
We're all looking at you like in slow motion, like, what the fuck are you talking
Go
about?
back a few seconds
What?
and look at their faces. When I said
Okay, so
Anyway.
phenomenal year coming up.
You know,
From NXT, made a name for herself on SmackDown, the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion, who she did lose to Alexa Bliss most recently. You know, Blake and Murphy's former manager. I'm gonna move along because Becky Lynch gets no respect. That's why she's number 3. Number 2. I've been going back and forth. I'm gonna have to choose Charlotte Flair for number 2. I was going back and forth with her being number 1. Charlotte has had a phenomenal year, turning her back on her father. Just a great heel. I mean, she's a perfect female heel.
She's progressed a lot.
She's progressed a lot. Like, I was not a fan
Starting
of her.
off as the manager. Oh, no,
Whoa,
sorry.
whoa. I just thought that she took her career. I thought she was just kind of, going through the motions. She's a great wrestler.
She is.
She has, she does some of her dad's stuff, but she's a great athlete. Her moonsault is awesome. And she does it off top rope
and then off the table. Yeah, that was amazing off the announce table.
Her father's never even got off the top rope, right?
Never.
Yeah,
he just flies over. Her match against Sasha Banks, who, those two are like Fight Forever Women's Edition.
Yeah, that's Flair and Steamboat right there.
Flair and Steamboat right there.
Yeah,
so let's just move. Number 1, Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Those 3 women, and especially Charlotte and Sasha, just made for each other. It's like wearing a glove, as Ric Flair would say. It's not a hard match, but it's a hard-hitting match when those 2 wrestle.
Yeah. They're Hell in the Cell.
Main event to the pay-per-view.
Was it a street fight where they were using the kendo stick?
Oh man,
beating each other.
Yeah,
that was a false count anywhere.
False count
anywhere. In Charlotte,
yes.
Sasha won the title
that night. Yeah.
And then just most recently, she lost the title. I'm sorry, Sasha lost the title back to Charlotte. So yeah, that kind of ended the
4 time.
Just so she can hold that 4 up.
So
her father.
That is ended, and I'm kind of glad to see where these new matches with Bayley go, and Sasha's going to have this program with Nia Jax.
Is that what the plan is? Is that what Is that what Hunter called you guys?
Yeah, I got the text right here. It's right here, Nia Jax. Oh, nice. So I don't know about the whole Nia Jax thing, but we do know that Charlotte is going to wrestle Bayley.
That's
number 1 contender. That's going to be the new feud. So I think those 3. I think last year I said the 4 horsewomen as a whole. I didn't choose any of them.
Right.
So
you copped out.
I did cop out on that one. But this year, these 3 women have broken the stereotype, broken the mold. Bailey's just starting to come up. She came in later, so we'll see.
I have a feeling WrestleMania is going to be a big night for Bailey. I think it's going to be a big moment for her.
Can you imagine?
Breaking out. I think it's going to break out. She's going to break out and get it to that level. Right now, she's kind of had a slow start in the main roster, but I think after WrestleMania, she's going to be talked about just like the way Sasha and Charlotte.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So that's my 3, 2, 1 rated R.
Takes it to me. Well, my number 3 pick for Woman Superstar of the Year is Daniel's girl, Alexa Bliss. She's come a long way.
Started off as the manager this year, but
she did. That she did.
She did. She went from being, the cute little Tinkerbell type character to being the Wicked Witch of SmackDown. Complete 180. She's doing a fantastic job doing it. Not to mention, I love that Freddy Krueger glove that she has. I'm a huge Freddy Krueger fan. And she's doing it right. My number 2 pick is going to be a little different, just because she started off as a face, and I always thought, she was going to be a face, and all the fans love her, and all the kids love her, and she totally just turned it around, and that's Carmella. Ooh. Carmella is having she hasn't had any major matches, any major pushes, but she's working on that character, and she's bringing it up, and and to go against Mrs. Cena. That's gonna be the big thing right there. You're new at this place. Who do? You take out the big dog. And that's
superstar.
Yeah, and that's the big dog right there. That's the established superstar. And my number 1 pick is a tie between Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks. Those two women.
Yeah, those are.
Like my boys would say, it's hard to choose because, and people are getting upset because they fight here, they fight here. Well, what about Cena and Randy Orton? What about, who else do we have?
We get
Austin and Rock, you get it. There's storied rivalries, and this is going to be that storied rivalry. You got the 3 main, the Hell in a Cell, the Falls Count Anywhere, and that Iron Woman match. These women are kicking the shit out of each other, and for the benefit of the fans, and we're loving it, and I love it, and I think that my number 1 pick.
Women are bleeding on TV.
They're bleeding on TV.
Did you ever think
right?
you would see that?
Right?
That's crazy.
Moolah never bled. Mae Young never bled. But that's my number 1 pick right there. Is that tie between those 2 women right there, Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I went
Alexa Bliss?
back. Well, she was top contender here. My number 3, I just could not decide. It was a tough pick between Alexa and Becky and one other girl, and the 3 of them all had phenomenal years. Becky, first champion. Alexa won the title this year, but this lady had a phenomenal year. So my number 3 pick was Asuka.
Oh,
yeah,
I put her on the list, but I was like, oh.
Yeah,
maybe next year.
Yeah, after she beat Bailey, which was, I don't know, it was like a shock, like it sucked the wind out of the NXT Dallas or
Brooklyn.
No,
Wasn't it?
It was
Brooklyn
in Texas before Mania.
Dallas?
Was it Dallas? Yeah, Dallas.
Oh yeah.
I almost said Austin. So
the crowd was like,
yeah, like whoa, like, And
I think it was the way the way she lost.
Yeah,
she just got choked out.
Got choked out, yeah. And so she's had a phenomenal year. She's learning English, so she's cutting longer promos. And she just kicks ass in the ring so hard. I mean,
she can kick any man's ass. I think.
Yeah. I think she broke was it Emma's nose, or she broke something on Emma this year. Broke her face or somehow. Not that that's a good thing, but just showing how stiff her kicks are.
Yeah.
She's had a phenomenal year. We've had the pleasure of seeing her live this year at the NXT shows. I saw her twice.
Got some good pictures.
The crowd was super behind her.
There's a couple of girls dressed up like her in the crowd.
Yeah, a lot of cosplay stuff going on too. So many young girls like.
There's a young guy too, I think.
There might have been are into her. But yeah, she had a great year, kicking ass. She's run out of competition, so they say in NXT. She wrestled Mickie James,
which was a great
match. Yeah.
Hardcore country.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna sing it.
Hardcore country.
So
if you ask,
I don't know what they're setting up by doing this run out of competition thing, I think it might be
With the new Legends Killer?
Well, I'm thinking that they're going to keep her going as champ until the summer when they're doing their planned women's tournament.
Oh.
This year they're going to do, like the Cruiserweight Classic, they're planning on doing a women's tournament. So I'm thinking they're going to bring all these 32 women in, have this tournament, number one contenders, winner's the number one contender versus Asuka. Right?
Does it pull out a new title?
Does that sound good?
Hey, book it. I'm down. Book it.
Okay.
I'll text Triple H.
Yeah, let him know.
Number two, just like you, I mean, went back and forth with the two girls who are obviously 1 and 2 or 1-1 tie or whatever this year. I put Sasha as number 2, surprisingly, because how much I love Sasha.
Right? You're a Sasha Mark.
I know. I put Sasha.
You like her almost as much as you love Alexa Bliss.
I know. I don't know. I put her as 2. I wrote 2 here on my paper, but it hurts even saying it. I can't believe I just said it out loud. Yeah.
I changed it.
So I put Sasha at number 2.
I didn't do that too, Sasha.
There's not much else I can say about them that we haven't already said. Sasha and then
We've been talking about them for over a year.
Yeah, and then of course my number 1, Charlotte, the 4-time women's champion. Both of them had phenomenal, crazy year. They both proved that they deserve to be in the main event. And I actually, I've said it before on the show that I didn't think it would happen. I think it was crazy, whatever, about a women's match being in the main event. Like, I thought it would take a long time for that to happen. I'm sorry, the main event of WrestleMania is what I meant to say. But I actually could see it happening now, like sooner than we expect.
Like next year. Well, not, you know, you never know.
Yeah,
You never know.
Yeah, number 1 and 2, Sasha and Charlotte. So, yeah.
Wow.
All right.
And Alexa Bliss.
And Alexa Bliss is in there.
Honorary mention.
Honorable mention. Alexa and then Blackie. I'm all flustered.
No respect.
There is booze in here.
What are you drinking?
This man is drunk.
Some Coke.
There's a little something in that eggnog right there. I don't know.
But yeah, Becky, Alexa, all the SmackDown women busted their ass this year. I mean, it was great year. Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's move on.
So match of the year. A lot of great shit.
We're going to match already?
You're going to match, brother.
Take it to match, man. Light up a fire.
Number 3 for me, Sasha versus Charlotte versus Becky at WrestleMania 32. Introducing the brand new women's title. Lita came out with the brand new title. That match could have went either way. Charlotte, of course, won the match. Divas title, no more. New women's champion. Ushered in the women's revolution, if you will. And they have not looked back since. Number 3, those 3 women tore it up at WrestleMania. Number 2, a match that you mentioned twice. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
That surprises me.
That match was phenomenal. I remember watching that with the English commentary. Great. I watched it with the Japanese commentary. Even greater, even better. Like, I don't know what the fuck he said.
live,
But it's like watching soccer in Spanish. You know? Like, it's just it's just amazing. Those 2 had a great match, and then they kind of did the same thing. They came to WWE. Look where they're at now.
Yeah.
Like you said, New Japan breeds champions. Number 1, Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, man.
NXT TakeOver Dallas. Wow.
Yeah.
That match, I remember just the forearms going back and forth.
The kicks, the knees to
Sami's
head. Oh, man.
Phenomenal. I think we're going to use that word a lot because a lot of great shit happened. I think Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura should be match of the year on WWE.com, Wrestling Observer, PWI, all that shit.
Ring Crüe.
There we go. I think that was our match of WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah.
Like across the board.
Yeah.
Stole the weekend. And that stole match of the year for me, 2016. So yeah, rated R.
I only have 2 match of the year. My first one is going to be the Hardys. Broken Brilliance, Matt Hardy with his Deep Decay, his Final Deletion. Those matches, I mean, are corny as hell. They're over the top, and I love them. I'm not gonna get rid of them off my DVR.
2 words. Vanguard 1.
Right? We got that right there. Those guys put together those matches. Those are fantastic. Those are right there. Number 2, number 1, and Big Dave said it already. Danny Boy said it already. Is Nakamura Zayn. That match cannot be touched. That went over Macho and Steamboat. That you know,
it's up there.
That went over Andre and Hogan.
Give it 20 years.
Those guys.
It was good. It was
beat
great.
The shit out of each other. I mean, you're talking snug as fuck. I mean, these guys, man, these
hashtag that.
Hashtag snug as fuck.
Snug.
Fantastic. There's nothing I could say that could put more icing on that cake. You know, it's a phenomenal match, and I'm just glad that we got to witness it.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh. Phenomenal. Danny Boy?
Okay, this has been like an amazing year for wrestling. I made a list, and there's so many matches on it that I just remember watching live, going back and watching. There's like, I mean, we can't name them all, but like just like a bunch of honorable mentions, super quick. Gargano Ciampa at the Cruiserweight Classic, American Alpha Revival at TakeOver Dallas, DIY versus Revival, the 2 out of 3 Falls match in Toronto, Tanahashi and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 10, Aztec Warfare this year with the debut of Matanza. God, so many matches. Shibata and O'Reilly at King of Pro Wrestling. O'Reilly and Cole. O'Reilly winning the ROH title finally. Cedric and Ibushi. Nakamura Joe. Kenny Omega and Naito. Sasha and Charlotte. And my pick out of all their matches was the Falls Count Anywhere match. I think that one was their best one. So just AJ Styles and Cena at SummerSlam. So all of those were amazing.
See, this guy's not just a fan; he lives it. He loves it. He breathes it.
So, but my personal top 3, my favorite, just because I love these guys and they all kicked ass. Mentioned this one: AJ Styles, Nakamura, Wrestle Kingdom 10. Excuse me, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Phenomenal match, fucking perfect.
The
very end, yeah, with their touching at the end.
Is that where he ate the bullet?
Yes, he caught the bullet, ate it. Oh, God,
that was
perfect.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Perfect, yeah. To think that that's how they started the year, and to see where they're at now, champions of their respective brands in the WWE, like,
right?
Yeah, ruling the United States.
And they're not watered down. They're not.
Yeah, they are who they are.
Alan Jones Styles and Jimmy Wang Yang Jr.
They are still Shinsuke Nakamura and still AJ Styles.
Shinsuke Wang Yang.
And I would blow my load if Nakamura debuted in SmackDown and they gave us AJ Styles versus Nakamura this year at WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom rematch.
Damn.
How about that?
But would they do it?
Blew my load.
But would they do it?
Oh, you did it.
It landed on me. Shit.
Okay, number 2. These guys wrestled several times this year. Actually, just wrestled a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. But their match at Battleground, I believe it was their second one-on-one match in WWE because they wrestled at Payback as well. I think Battleground was their second match. Was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. These guys right here. I mean, if you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of indie wrestling, you know their storied past.
Oh man, yeah, Generico Steen.
For 15 years.
Yeah, they've been wrestling for 15 years.
They're both pimply faced little
redhead kids. They've been fighting forever.
Yeah.
But that match was phenomenal from the get-go. I mean, the bell rang. Zayn rushed him, went for the haluva kick, tried to end it quick. Owens ducked, knew it was coming, you know, and then they just started going at it. I love when they do. I always call this the Benoit Sullivan punches, but I love when they do the Benoit Sullivan punches. I mean, that was like, that gets me going, dude. It gets...
Even when he did the backdrop on the ladder at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Was it WrestleMania?
Yeah,
it was WrestleMania, yeah.
Oh, my
jeez.
You can only do that to your best
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that's the match, too, where Zayn did the flip off the top and was going to the outside and almost looked like a botch, but I think he's so good he did it on purpose to work the shoulder. I mean, and then Owens working the shoulder and then just it was almost a perfect match. So that was great. And then my number one match of the year, it's unanimous. Now Nakamura Zayn, which Zayn is in 2 of my top matches of the year. Awesome.
I got Nakamura in my 2.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
Nakamura Zayn take over Dallas. Perfect debut for Nakamura. Perfect NXT send off for Zayn to go to the main roster. Killed it again 2 nights later. And
oh man,
Mania
right?
and the IC title match. So yeah, that's my match of the year.
I'm gonna go back and watch it tonight.
I know. We got the network.
We're gonna watch it right now.
Together.
After we're done watching,
Together.
after you're done watching us, turn us off and go turn on the network and watch it again.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not subscribed to the network,
Something's
it's only
wrong.
$9.99.
All right. So promotion of the year. A lot of good stuff has happened and a lot of great promotions. I'm just gonna keep this real simple. Number 3, Ring of Honor has produced quality matches, pay-per-views, television, champions. They have a great working relationship with New Japan. The Ring of Honor World title is being defended, and TV title is being defended in Japan, all over the world.
Oh yeah.
Marty
it's a world
Scurll,
title.
Marty Scurll's the TV champion. Just a great year. They've kind of, I don't know, they've been on TV, they have pay-per-views, but I think the brand is building more and more.
It's elevating, yeah.
So, good stuff happening next year. Keep Ring of Honor on your channel. Number 2, NXT. I mean, Zayn and Nakamura at TakeOver just did it for me. There's been quality matches. Revival versus American Alpha. That was great. Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe.
Bobby Roode in NXT.
Bobby Roode in NXT.
Big Glorious Bomb.
Yes.
Oh man, just NXT is like the cool place to be.
Yeah.
Eric Young, Sanity,
Roderick Strong.
DIY.
John Almas.
Oh
jeez,
man,
yeah.
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose.
So, and number 1, close to the heart, Best of the West.
Oh!
Best of the West has done so much for us.
You know what the best thing about Best of the West is? Their ring announcer.
Well, I mean that goes without
That's a
saying.
handsome guy.
That goes without saying. They've been so good to us. There's no way I could have had them not be on my top 3 promotions.
If you're watching us on Christmas Day, tonight, Best of the West makes their debut on NBC after Saturday Night Live.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right.
What a
Yeah.
spot. What a spot.
That's a debut on Cream's Day?
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. Congratulations, Best of the West.
afforded
Sparks.
us to do all kinds of things. I made my pro wrestling debut, which is unfathomable to say that.
We have a commercial on
We have
TV.
a commercial on TV. I am also the voice of Mini Dumpsters of Fresno.com.
Mini Dumpsters of Fresno.com.
Which is one of the sponsors. I was asked to do a voiceover.
That's awesome.
I couldn't say no to that. This guy's
Why
a
did they ask
camera
me
guy.
to do it? I got the face for radio.
Well, that's true.
Huh?
We always blurs. He never watches this show. He doesn't know that
He's a blue dye.
Yeah.
So Best of the West
They
has been
filter
great
me
to
out.
us. We can't thank them enough. And good things are going to happen in 2017. So yeah, that's my 3, 2, 1 rated R. How can
3,
you follow
2,
that, brother?
1. We got. That's funny. Number number 3, as Davey Boy said, ROH, Ring of Honor. They've been fired. They've been great. Everything about even their Women of Honor, like everything. I don't even like watching women's wrestling sometimes, and Women of Honor is great.
The truth comes
He said it. He said it. I knew it all along. He finally said it.
Number 2, we go to Lucha Underground. I'm a huge Lucha Underground fan.
I had a tough one.
They've been doing fantastic. With the introduction of all these new guys and everything else coming up is they've been good. They've been good. And I think our episode should be coming up pretty soon.
I think this week.
I don't know. I'm lost.
We filmed it like 2 years ago, and they're ready to come on now. So it's been a while, but we'll be
Look
on
for us
soon.
in the audience in our Ring Crew shirts.
In our
We
review
will
shirts,
post
all
the
that.
shit out of that because
Oh, yeah.
our gimmicks were in the temple.
And our number, they were. And our number 1 pick right there is NXT. NXT. I think it's because it's an hour long and they're keeping it fresh.
Yeah, that's true.
Raw, for being 3 hours, can be drawn out sometimes.
Yeah.
You kind of sit there like, and then
I think
I'll,
it's hard for me to put like WWE on this because It's the number one.
It's
always.
the standard bearer.
It's the standard.
To me,
it's always going to be.
It's kind of like, I'm afraid that they're going to oversaturate the market. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 hours on Monday. You got 2 hours on Tuesday. You got the pay-per-views that are going to go 4, 5 hours now. I think SummerSlam lasted, what, 7 hours?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like...
It's like Disneyland's awesome, but Universal Studios is awesome, too.
Exactly. You know, it's yeah.
Disneyland's always going to be
Every once in a while, you got to give Knott's Berry Farm some love.
Legoland.
Legoland.
Right. Just saying. Six Flags.
Just not SeaWorld.
No.
Okay,
but
moving on.
3, 2, 1. There you go.
I'll keep it short. We don't have a lot of time left, but my perennial pick every year is going to be PWG, but I'm going to kind of skip them over this year only because they're not on TV, so there's not, unless you're there live or you're buying their DVDs, not a lot of people are watching them. But they're always been my favorite. They're amazing. They put on so many dream matches of indie guys.
Jeff Cobb made his debut this
year.
year.
We had. We've been to shows this year. It's been amazing. So PWG is always my favorite. But for TV's sake, the top 3. I'm going to go Lucha Underground, WWE, and NXT. 3, 2, 1.
WWE
is number 2. WWE as a whole. Raw, SmackDown. We'll keep the NXT separate. But yeah, Raw and SmackDown.
We could do that next year.
Yeah. But Raw and SmackDown are, I mean, WWE's been on fire this year. It's been great too. I mean, everybody's always going to have complaints. There's always going to
because who's working backstage getting all these new guys in?
The man with the 3 H's.
Oh, I'm going to say Jimmy Jacobs.
Well, that's it.
Oh, that too.
The scum. That's right. But yeah, so Lucha Underground has been amazing. WWE. I mean, wrestling's fucking been amazing this year. Let's move on.
I had Ring of Honor / Lucha Underground. I was going back and forth.
Yeah.
But then I watched O'Reilly versus Cole, and I was like, oh, well.
Yeah,
it was awesome. All right, so we're going to go from Promotion of the Year to Tag Team of the Year. Wow. Such a great year for tag team wrestling.
It has been. Tag
team wrestling usually got the short end of the stick. Not this year. Definitely not last year, too. It kind of all blended together. The New Day setting records. So number 3 for me is a tie between the New Day and DIY.
Holy shit! Did you look at my list?
No, look at.
Wow.
So I think.
Oh wait, actually, my list doesn't say that.
Anyway, look at my list.
Right.
DIY, such great single stars coming together. They never really teamed together that much on the indies. They came in NXT last year at the Dusty Classic. Awesome, phenomenal team. The New Day, broken Demolition's record after 25 years. Constantly put on great matches. Great comedy, all that good stuff.
They stay fresh.
They stayed fresh. They lost the titles, but hey, Sheamus and Cesaro, new tag team champions.
Like Kofi said, though, can't be a 16-time world champion without losing 15 times.
That's right. So now they're gonna go for that 3rd title reign.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, the Young Bucks. Tearing it up all over the world. Chile, Japan, PWG.
Is it Chile?
Chile. I'm white. Chile, brother. Voodoo Chile. So, the Young Bucks, they're self-made superstars.
And they are.
They are. They're champions.
They,
every
right
promotion.
Now, they can do and say and go wherever they want.
Wherever they want.
Yeah.
They hold titles in every promotion they've been in. Number 1, the Revival. The Revival. You know, you want to know why? Because it's a throwback to great tag team wrestling. The chain moves, the double team.
Yes, I was going to say the double teams are amazing.
It's just like, it's like, what the hell? And it, like, even how they dress, like
the jackets with
the jackets with the towel. And one of them has boots that look like Dr. Death's boots.
Yes.
And the other one has like the Anderson boots. So great. The Revival. The only thing I wish the only thing I wish they wouldn't do is clink the titles together.
Yeah.
That just hurts my heart.
Because you're a belt mark.
Oh God,
you're gonna scratch.
You're scratching it.
Oh my God, there's a skull.
You're gonna lose a jewel.
The Revival, hands down, like anything they do, they're great heels. It's a throwback to like NWA. Anderson, 4 Horsemen, Tully Blanchard era. I love them. I can't wait to see them do more. Number 1, Revival. That's my story.
All right. For me, we got So many new tag teams, so many great tag teams. We got the American Alpha, we got Enzo and Kaz, we got, you know, Jericho and Owens, if you will. We've got all these great tag teams.
They're best
friends. They're best friends. Anyway, we've got all...
That's three times.
3 times.
I swear to God.
I only have one pick because, and I get it, they're monsters, and they can't be touched, and they're going to be champions pretty soon. And the reason why I'm picking them is because we saw them live, and I marked out completely for their manager. They brought back Paul Ellering, and that's the Authors of Pain.
Ooh.
I mean, these guys are 2 big fuckers that are just...
They won the Dusty Classic.
They won the Dusty Classic. You know, they're monsters, and they're intimidating, and I think they can take any team. You know, any team you throw in front of them, they're going to take them. Mm-hmm. And they've got the beautiful mind of Mr. Precious Paul Ellering, and they're a throwback to teams of yore, and I love it.
Of yesteryear.
Of yesteryears, if you will.
Cool.
They remind me of Stud and King Kong Bundy.
Oh, that's a random team.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say like Doom or something.
Yeah.
They remind me of Doom.
You're black.
Whatever. They don't have to be black.
They're men of color. They're Dominican or something. Anyway,
We're not going to move
forward.
We're going to move beyond
Man
that.
of color.
I'm
a man of color.
So, my top 3. Actually, I'm going to do... I thought you copied my top 3, but I wasn't paying attention.
I just wanted to look at my list.
Right.
So, my honorable mention, I think that they... I don't know, they kind of don't belong on this list this year just because they were their own thing, was the New Day. Yeah, I mean, they had a phenomenal year.
3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods.
They had, you know, they broke the record, like we said. Great year, great matches. I think Xavier is underrated in the ring. I think he's really good in the ring, too.
Plus, I like his pointy boots.
Yeah, I like his little chic boots.
Yeah.
Little chicy baby boots.
Mm-hmm.
So so my number 3 is a tie. The tie for number 3 is DIY and American Alpha. And the reason I did that is because I think American Alpha had a great beginning of this year and kind of dwindled down.
Yeah.
And DIY had a kind of a soft start this year, not too much, and they've become up. So, you know, they kind of, I think, reverse roles a little bit. So for number 3, DIY and American Alpha, Alpha had the not too long of a title reign, which was surprising. They had a short title reign in NXT. Lost it back to Revival. Sorry.
My number 1.
And then went to the main roster to SmackDown, where they haven't done a whole lot. I kind of have a feeling they're waiting on their push until WrestleMania season, because I can see them having a fantastic match. But man, they're phenomenal in the ring. They, even though they're not getting a big push right now, they kill it every time they get in the ring. When they wrestled, I think it was a one-on-one match, Gable and Randy Orton on SmackDown. I was like, man, this could be a fucking main event of a pay-per-view. These he brought out the best in Orton, and that's, you know, for Orton's age and experience. You know, just where Orton's at for them to bring out that kind of a match in here. I thought it was great. So, and we didn't even mention Orton and Bray are a tag team now. Anyway,
World Tag Team.
They're World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. And then DIY. I mean, what a great year! Awesome, fantastic match. The 2 out of 3 falls match with Revival, winning the titles, and the story was perfect. It was an almost perfect match again. Like I said, I think Meltzer gave it like 4.5 stars.
You should have given it 5. Son of a bitch.
It wasn't in Japan. That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but yeah, great match. And my number 1, the Revival. I agree with everything you said. I mean, there's not a whole lot.
What about that belt clicking?
I love the belt clicking. I wish they would click them and rub them together like that, and we could hear the grinding and the scratching. But Revival.
Don't listen to this.
But Revival had a hell of a year. They're the top guys, as they say.
Yep.
And
no flips, just fists.
No flips, just fists. So Revival, yeah, there we go. Number 1.
All right, now we're gonna make this it. The moment of the year. So much shit has happened. I'm gonna go number 3, Sasha and Charlotte main event, Hell in a Cell. That was a moment for wrestling history, women's wrestling history, breaking the barrier, breaking the mold. Hell in a Cell, that's a vicious match, and for the women to do it,
Takes years off your career.
yeah, it does. Bravo to those two. Shinsuke Nakamura, number 2, making his NXT debut, take over Dallas. We said it. Took the whole weekend. Number 1, AJ Styles, making his WWE debut at Royal Rumble. I was watching it with Carlos, the Hulk Hogan tattoo guy. We marked the fuck out. I shit on his couch. I apologize to Carlos.
Did he have a white couch?
Yeah, he had one.
Not anymore.
Blame his dog. Just blame the dog.
No, I turned that thing over. It was terrible. That's my 3, 2, 1. Rated R.
I have no 3, 2, 1. I just have a 1, and that's Nakamura Zayn. Nakamura. No one touches it. No one comes near it.
It was the whole moment.
With all due respect
was
to
a
the
moment.
yeah, that was just the moment that culminated in the whole year, and that's Nakamura Zayn. Like I said, with all due respect to the ladies, with all due respect to everybody else that have fought their asses off, Nakamura Zayn.
We're running out of time here. We're on a time crunch.
We're on a time crunch.
Okay, we're gonna go real quick. My top 3 moments of the year. This one kind of transcended a match. I was gonna put this in my matches of the year, my top 3 match of the year. But this is a moment. It was Ricochet and Will Ospreay.
Oh,
New
dude.
Japan, yeah.
Vader's favorite match?
Best of Super Juniors in Japan. Ricochet and Will Ospreay.
I just watched that match the other day too.
They put on a match that
Again.
almost transcend. I mean, it sounds weird, but it almost transcended wrestling. It got everybody talking. It was out there. It was a big buzz.
Conan O'Brien talking about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it was all over the place. They did their flippy shit, which a lot of like Vader hates, but
because he can't do it.
But we loved it. It was amazing. That was the number 3. Number 2 moment. We've talked about it a lot. Sasha and Charlotte taking the main event at Hell in a Cell. That was awesome for women's wrestling and awesome for wrestling in general. And my number 1 moment of the year. I haven't mentioned this. You guys have mentioned it a little bit. Go ahead and say it again.
Delete! 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 Delete!
Final deletion. I mean, what a crazy,
Brilliant,
crazy. I mean, what if they say the line between
reality
genius
and madness?
insanity, genius and madness is. So it was crazy. It was awesome, and it was the moment of the year. I think
Yeah.
the whole Hardys
Yeah.
final deletion. Say it.
Tag Team Apocalypto.
Apocalypto.
It's like Zoolander.
Total non-stop deletion. I'm going to be Matt Hardy next year for Halloween.
There you
That's
go.
awesome.
We don't have a whole lot of time left. We're running out. We got just a minute here, so we just want to thank you guys again for watching us this whole year. We can't wait to keep doing bigger and better things in 2017.
Yep.
And
He made the list.
All right.
I made the list.
Jeez.
Sorry. So, guys, final words.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for putting up with us, and thank you guys for welcoming us into your family and into your homes and putting this spaces on big screen TVs.
That's right. So before we go, Belt Mark Bill, I got a challenge for you, brother. I want to hear your top 3 of all of these that we just mentioned. He called us out earlier in the year, so we're gonna call him out. So yeah,
It's on you, Belt Mark Bill.
Yeah, it's on you, brother. We want to see it. We want to hear it. We're looking forward to that episode.
Get yourself a big cup of coffee. You sit down and you give us your list.
Yeah.
Or else you'll make the list.
You just made the list.
We'll be crucifying you, brother.
Crüe, so fun.
Oh, there you go.
So that does it here for us. Our 2016 year-end show, episode 34. Delete, delete, delete. And as always, do what you do, but whatever you do, don't mess with the crew. We will see you guys in 2017.